All right, so like this fight, man, it's been scheduled 3 times, right? The first time it was for your debut. The second time it was for Singapore, and now unofficially UFC 277 is the event. What makes this fight like so intriguing to the point where you guys wanted to reschedule it so many times?
I guess it's just one of those like life happens, so it's not like we chose that like to get injured or whatever that stopped us from getting having this fight. But yeah, like I guess it was just meant to be because it just it keeps coming back. So hopefully third time is a charm.
For sure. And when you look at Cozy, his most recent fights, what do you see in his skill set?
Um, well, he's a dangerous man. Um, he's pretty well rounded. He can stand and bang. He can grapple. So yeah, uh, I mean, to be honest, like I try not to pay too much attention to it because, again, the way he performed in those particular fights is because of the kind of style of opponent he was dealing with. So yeah, I just rather focus on what I can do, really.
This fight was supposed to happen in Singapore at UFC 275. I think a lot of people were excited to see you in Singapore, see you back in Asia performing. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure you wanted to be back on this side of the world instead of flying all the way across the world to fight. What
man.
exactly happened with that? Why did you have to, delay the fight?
Training and things happen, freak accident, and yeah, ended up getting injured. But like, it's one of those like the old me would have still went for it, but I would not be 100%. And well, I don't want to be disrespectful and jump into this fight, not at my best. Because personally, I feel like it's disrespecting my opponent because he wants competition, So I rather get in feeling good instead of half-assing things. And yeah, just I want a longer career,
Mhm.
and give a good performance. So yeah, the smarter option was to pull out.
Did you have to take time away from the gym completely to recover?
Yeah, yeah, and needed to actually stop training, but it was rough. It was rough because I really just I wanted to fight Singapore. I've never fought in Singapore, and like I had already made a plan, scheduled my whole like 2 months. I'm like after Singapore, I was planning to go watch Carlos, who put on a beautiful show. And then after that, I was just like, yeah, following week, I get to see the boys fight as well. Uh, I mean, yeah, I missed out. I feel like I missed out, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, everything happens for a good reason. So yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, yeah, it isn't. You might have missed out, but they rescheduled you for the back end of it, right? The back
Yeah,
end of the whole like what do you the momentum that you guys are creating for yourselves or have created in the last
yeah,
few events. You know what I mean? And yeah, it must have been crazy because you were preparing with everybody ahead of that, and then being able to kind of or not being able to being forced to step away from that. It must have hurt for a couple of days, right? But when you get right back into it, you're probably running 100%, so it's good in the long run.
yeah. I mean, the way I see it again, like it things happen for a good reason. Initially, I was just by myself on that card, without a teammate, but now, Kai is gonna be on that card, so uh, like that energy of us training together is just like that energy. We just bounce off each other's energies. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And has this been more of like an extended training camp for you, or did you said you stopped training, so is it just a brand new one?
Yeah, brand new one. I mean, yes and no. Like, yeah, I still have I still had the same hunger. Initially stopped halfway through the first camp. That's when I stopped, and yeah, stopped for a bit, but just not being able to get back into the gym and all that, just made I grew a bigger hunger, and yeah, just I guess it was. I cannot really say to starting again, just picking up from where I left.
And do you enjoy having all of this time to prepare for an opponent, or are you just ready to fight right now? Like you're sick of it. You're sick of camp.
Yeah, hey, nah, to be honest, just like things happen. So I try not to think about it too much. Like I'm getting to fight, so can't complain. You know, I want to be as active as possible. And yeah, it was just a quick break and getting back into it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, after this coming fight, we do well, and yeah, try and get another one before the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely. For this camp, the training partners, you guys have tremendous guys out there. Who have been the ones that have been really, helping you most for your preparations.
I mean, everyone is quite active at the moment, so everyone is getting ready. I've I've had people like Kevin Juse,
Mm,
who is fighting this weekend for a title in Eternal, and he's one of those guys like he is. I think personally, I think he will be next in the UFC.
mhm.
Uh, him winning this fight he's got scheduled should definitely solidify his chances of getting into the UFC. And I've been working with another person like who's good at also grappling and striking has been Kevin John Vake, who's he's another all rounder, another top contender, someone who would easily be in the UFC. Basically, all the welterweights who are in our team can be in the UFC, and yeah, they've been the ones helping me out a lot. Even BJ Bland, who fought in the PFL, yeah, and yeah, good old Bo Rowdy Walker. Yeah, like we've got a big squad. Cameron Rolston, yeah, basically the whole team. Everyone sharing their knowledge, and yeah, adding their techniques, their skills to help us get to a better place.
Outside of Spider, what is the hardest day for you during fight camp?
Mm, Out of spider, I hate running, to be honest. Any workout that involves me running, I'm like, oh, I'd rather do spider than run. That's just me. Uh, but it's got to be done.
Mhm.
Like yeah, when I have to do like hill sprints, I'm just like I hate it, but I know for a fact Orion is working his ass off. So I gotta also push it. Give it my all. But usually running is like the worst for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do it. What I mean? Yeah, a lot of fighters tell me that the sprints and any kind of running is the worst because they just running sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like sometimes it gets to like once you're done, it almost ruins the rest of your day because we would maybe do it in the morning and then have like drills, technique, training in the afternoon and then evening. I'm like, shoot me. Yeah,
Let's get to the fight. Let's get to the fight.
yeah, but yeah, it's part of it.
Mhm.
So. again, being able to get through it and overcome it, it shows me where I am. It helps me tell me where I am, especially with my fitness and all. And yeah, it helps me with learning, like, cause I gas myself out of sprinting, hill sprints, and then I need to quickly recover. So yeah, it helps me out with that. So I have to look at the bright side of things,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And speaking of the bright side, you get your, another run, another crack in the UFC in the octagon. So what are you expecting to show in this fight coming up in your second fight in the UFC?
Mm, patience
Mhm.
and like for me, it's just to enjoy it and not like I know last time I was just like more I need to treat it like any other fight, but at the end of the day, like there was a part of me which would be just like, hey, it's your first UFC fight, etc., etc. I'm like, yeah, put a little bit of pressure on myself. Um, yeah, just gotta keep the same energy, keep the same mindset I've been having all these years, like yeah, the same thing that got me to the dance. So you just gotta be me, and you're trying to enjoy it.
There you go, man. And one last thing, man, I wanted to ask you before I let you go. You come from, the world of kickboxing, and there has been many big fights in Glory and many promotions, K1 back in the day.
Yeah,
But your teammate, it looks like they're gonna try to put Israel versus Alex. I mean, they fought a few times in kickboxing and Glory.
yeah.
Um, is this the biggest kickboxing fight in MMA ever? Do you think?
No. I mean, call me biased or what, but it's like from what I've seen, I think if you were to say a very good kickboxing style fight uh is has done, I'll say it will be against Anderson Silva. Now that you can see there are two people who their IQ is just next level, and it was a game of checkers, of chess, it wasn't checkers, it was chess, and it was very calculated. Any, like one slip up and that was it. But again, we keep on seeing the highlight of Alex knocking is out.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, yeah, it is part of it, yeah, but like throughout the whole fight, he was just getting tagged. And I mean, the difference now is they've got smaller gloves. Alex won't be able to just keep his hands up and block every punch that's coming through. So that's gonna be a bit different. And again, it's MMA. People underestimate Israel's what is it called, skills in MMA. Like I train with a guy. I've felt some of, like, I've noticed a lot of things that he does which people have not seen yet.
Mhm.
And yeah, I, it'll be a different fight. Yeah, yeah.
So do you think like that Anderson fight with Israel was the one where like we saw the highest level of any kind of kickboxing or Muay Thai in an octagon?
Yeah, it is. It was,
Mhm.
like you can see, like, both people respected each other's skills, and they knew it wasn't just like okay, for instance, you know how he fought, like Israel fought Costa, and Costa just thought, all I need to do is touch you, and that's it. And I mean, it's true.
Mhm.
Costa touched, like, caught him with that, with a shot. It could have ended it, but again, like, Costa needed his opponent to be in front of him so
Mhm.
that he can catch him. But man. He couldn't see. Like you can't hit what you can't see,
Mm.
you know. And yeah, the same thing with Alex. I mean, he's also been tested as well. Like he's been robbed. So yeah, we kind of like his striking skills are just next level. That's just my personal opinion. But hey, you could say I'm biased, but hey, that's just the way I see it. Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
biased, but who cares? That's my opinion. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not a fact, but it's my opinion, and I'm
yeah.
sticking to it. And yeah, I don't feel like Alex would have the same skill levels. I mean, they're trying to match it up, right? I
Mhm.
think that's the next fight. So yeah, there you go. The world will get to see.
All
You
right,
know.
there you go. Hey, the world gets to see you fight again, man. July 30th, UFC 277, unofficially. Thank you, Blood, for the time, man. Appreciate it as always.
Nah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.